Hi everyone, this is Emily and Summer hosting Thai China. With cross-cultural studying and working experience but both born in Shanghai, we have seen lots of information asymmetry from international sources and local perspectives. This brought us the idea of opening this podcast to show the real China to audience who are interested in this topic.
The program will be released bi-weekly to present a fresh China through Chinese popular topics, brands, and high attention events. If you would like to know this country from a local voice, please enjoy. In our podcast profile, we have an email address for any open remarks or suggestions. Feel free to reach to us.
Yeah, welcome to another episode. We are opening this on our YouTube channel right now as video podcast. So if you want to hear the video version, please go to Taiyang, TIEXYOUNG. Yeah. So go to this account and to check our videos and with previous episode and also other stuff we are doing right now. So for today, we are going to talk about silent disco. This is something someone newly observed within 1 or 2 months near her neighborhood. I've known it for a while, and I think when I was checking it a bit, it's not only a China thing; it's more like a Western thing, but it might be newly imported from overseas to China. So it's more like a new phenomenon here. So we want to talk about it a bit. So Summer, maybe you can describe a bit on the
Just one day I just went in the community near my home, which is a very famous commercial places named Columbia. And in the Columbia commercial places, because it's a kind of open community or open shopping center, there is a lot of places or space for people to work or chat or these kind of things. But that night, I just saw a group of people. They're walking, dancing without any voices. I mean, they just move, use their body language, and they are very happy. And also like they not only dance but also like work, like a catwalk or just show themselves. And there are also cameramen will follow them to do a camera. Then what I'm curious about, if the whole video is silent or no any music, how people show the most. That's a little bit weird. Then finally,
they have the earphone like colorful lighting, right?
No, they just a red earphone, big earphone. I saw all of them have an earring, earphone, and then a marketing girl just walked to me and give me the kind of brochure. Actually, we have two people. We only need one brochure is enough. But the girl insists on giving us two brochures to let us.
So the girl is the organizer. Part of
or volunteer or something like that.
So basically, she is the one building new traction around the group.
The task of this girl is to give brochures to everyone who stand there and watch what they are doing, what they were doing. And if
do you still have the brochure?
No, but I took a picture.
Okay,
I took a picture, and since on the brochure, it just tells what is silent disco and how it was imported to China and how they operated, what's the organization name of it, this kind of information. And I would like to say that maybe the task of the girl is to see who is watching them, who was standing there, or who is curious about this, and she will just give the brochure to those people. If you refuse them, but you have to go immediately. Otherwise, you stand there, they will keep giving you.
Is it this one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, and I was checking Xiaohongshu, the social media, and there's a lot of posts around this. Yeah,
And I know that the original of the silent disco is because a group of people who had party in a forest
Yeah.
long time ago.
It's since 1862, and this whole silent disco as an IP is a group of young.
No, 1862 is the name of this
sorry.
fashion art
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
But
So
it's also
it's originated from a group of young people in nowhere. They didn't indicate
a
that
group
one.
of young people. They had a disco party in a forest, but they don't want annoying or disturb any animals in the forest. So they use a silent disco to have a disco party in a forest. So all of them just have earphone, and they hear the same sound, the same music. So all the group of people who had earphone, they understand with each other. Only those kind of viewers like us, like when we stand beside them, I feel what they're doing.
While I was checking the post, for me is as a introvert, basically, these kind of events that it will be something I never attend. Because checking the picture, basically, it's the whole situation is very embarrassing within the whole group. It's super high, and
Yes.
and all the crowded around or people just as passengers will be super awkward to see this group of people.
Oh, there, but you know, each group they will have a guide.
I know the DJ is really matters, right? If that one needs to be the cheerleader and everyone really happy.
To keep them with a very high tension, or you know, all of them feel very enjoying.
I think this one is actually a young version of the square dancing.
You are right. You are right. This is my feeling when I first saw this. Oh, this is the young version of square dancing.
You get to be more fashionable or less auntie vibe, but actually you are doing the same thing, and you are just being very civilized to wear.
You are right. So I think that maybe one day this form of dancing could be applied to the square dancing.
I think that previously the square dancing they had this time like as the in some very like compact neighborhood, but those aunties they still want to do the square dancing. They will do like this. It's just not really that going viral on the social media because they don't really have the channel, or they have their own social media channel to go these things to be viral. It's not definitely not right? But right now for the young people, it's about people keep recruiting people, and they when they are doing offline kind of pop up like this, they usually choose the places with a lot of young people.
Yeah, maybe young people feel that, oh, this is so cool or fashion or something like that. They would like to join it. But from my perspective, I mean, my individual perspective, that maybe square dancing, this kind of style, will attract more people to join, because those kind of people who watching the square dancing will understand what they're doing.
Yeah, it's right now in Shanghai. I think what they are doing is more like a performing art instead of a real kind of entertainment. For me, I feel like the fulfillment is more from this angle instead of actually joining a disco party.
Yes, and in a lot of small cities, square dancing is a kind of way for socialization, and also what they call it 烟火气. I mean, if you have music on the square and the people dancing together, feel enjoying the same feeling and feel very happy, and let others understand what they're doing, what kind of music they are using. Maybe people will understand, or people will feel, wow, this kind of things. The city is still in a kind of high, not in a very calm mode. The city is full of people.
Still energetic.
Yeah, people have full of energy. For the silent disco is a little bit like what they're doing.
But
I mean, I understand that the original logic of silent dancers, they don't want to annoy anyone. They just don't want to have fun by a group of.
But I would say maybe it's because we are not their targeting group, right? There's certain people who might actually be really enjoying these kind of things. They go outdoor, um, they are entertaining themselves. They are joining a group of people doing the same stuff that people are interested in. And also, they are not really creating that chaotic situation for the public, saying not interfering with other people's life.
What's the target customer or target people of the silent disco music? Introvert people or white people? And then this kind
That's a very good question. For me, I previously, because my company, when we hosted some campaign related to a young girl's friends, they actually collaborate. One side is with us because we are more like an innovation community and design community, and the other part is they collaborated with this one of the silent disco or silent poem kind of community. From my observation, I would say there are still a bunch of people who really wants to make friends through strangers social. So strangers 陌生人社交, just socializing based on that you don't know each other. It's like speed dating or just very random networking events. Just based on one interest at that or based on some curiosity. People go there and to see how these things works and if I can make friends with some interesting friends there. But what out of my knowledge is who will be the repetitive user or participants of these kind of events.
You know, I saw some conflictions for this part because if people would like they want to make new friends through one event. But this silent disco is people have no chance to communicate with each other.
You can contact with us.
This is
not meaning actually if you want to talk when you get down the earphone, it's actually easier to talk. Otherwise it will be too noisy. Right? Making sense?
But you know when I watched or when I see what they did, and they are liking a disco and they join the music on the earphone and enjoy their own dance. They watch with each other or something like that. But because they have earphones, so they cannot communicate. They're still watching with each other or in some group dancing. Actually, totally have no interactions. People just
they went to EKA 10. That meaning those real estate developers are actually working with them, introducing those communities to them.
Maybe this is the reason why they have this for marketing things. Definitely they have sponsors or they have a aim why they have this kind of. But I mean,
then it makes sense. Then maybe the participants doesn't need to be from the organizers end. It can be the both co-effort from the organizer and the people who's actually inviting them to the venue.
So then I think it's a kind of marketing program. It's not a pure social program, right?
But when you're checking these kind of events, right, 95% are girls.
Yes.
Yeah. But maybe only within the pictures, like within 20-ish people, 2 guys.
Actually, the DJ is a guy. Last time was a DJ is a guy.
That's exactly why they can attract the girls to join.
Okay, no, I think that if it's a kind of marketing sense, they would like to use a new style, like new social events to attract people to visit one places. Then I think it's okay or attract the people to. But the thing will be why they don't use a kind of disco style, but using a silent disco.
But I think if the business model is actually bring the people to different places, um, it's actually
I know.
working.
I know. One scenario, because city work is very popular in Shanghai.
Yeah.
So just the purely city work will be a little bit bored. So a lot of people maybe use this kind of way to have an earphone. Maybe they can have music in it, or the DJ or the guy can say something to let the city work, the whole experience, much more fun from this. So the result will be when you see a group of people, they city work, they are like they are moving in a very random way. So it's not a kind of city work, city move.
Yeah,
City movement.
the post that I just saw is actually saying they are dancing out a La La Land on Hai Middle. But this is actually a Dyson collaborated
Again, so
campaign. So
it's still campaign. I mean, if
so the starting point is actually no matter what kind of community you have, and as long as you own a group of people, this is the traffic, right? This is the private zone, and that's the starting point that you can make money. Maybe you don't make money from those people because those people they just pay about 100 RMB to be joining this group. It doesn't really make any sense to be a very sustainable business model. But once you have a group of 100 people or 1,000 people, that's the time actually trigger something as commercial collaboration. I think that's how these kind of community works. But definitely the owner, the organizer, they have this passion in this kind of thing. That's why they can continue to do this. And also, I think it's a perfect way, as you said, as a combination of city work, city experience, plus if they like dancing. Because most of us, we are not dancer. That's something.
Or those kind of people who think that square dancing is a kind of event for elder people, or if you dancing in the square with very loud music will affect the people or something like. So those group of people, they just want to choose more pilot way they think to do the things they want, and maybe this kind of silent disco will attract more audience.
Yeah.
Because it looks very interesting. When you're on a site, you will have different feeling. Currently it's difficult for us to describe how we feel it, because.
But what I want to mention here is also people are getting young people, or maybe just specific group of girls, right? According to the audience, people are getting more expressive. That's for sure, because I couldn't imagine this kind of thing being very popular within my young age. Because, but right now it seems quite normal that you go to some places and then don't caring other people's opinion, these kind of situations, which is a good thing. And for me, I see this more as people are being more and more individualism.
I hope it's going to a kind of very positive direction. Not just for innovation or for to show that they are different generation, or just to show that it's a different signal of one generation.
But speaking of this, because recently I actually bumped into several related to the disabled people community kind of project. This thing is a perfect kind of observation or emphasizing way of how normal people see the deaf people's life. Right? You see everyone's doing something, but you don't really know what they're doing. For this track, a bit on if there are anything like related to this is more impactful, I think that will be very, very meaningful.
Okay.
but let's see. I don't know, because right now we see this more as a new format of art or entertainment. And again, let's see if these things evolving in the future or it's disappearing, because I still recall last year we were talking about the flying pen,
Yes.
and right now it's totally disappeared. Right? There's even no, like, the whole bus comes and goes really quickly.
So that episode attracted a lot of people.
Oh, really?
People curious about what it is.
Yeah, and I think right now it's almost end of October, right? I'm very curious about this year's Halloween, because last year it went quite crazy because it's the first year opening up.
What people change the kind of thing so frequently?
I think Halloween always here, just people again young people being more expressive. So you will never see a parade of ghosts going out on Halloween when we are at our
Maybe
10 years ago, right? So this year still on those very main roads, maybe we could do a video log there.
Oh,
Just
yes.
set up it doesn't need to be. I think a lot of people will do this. We will collecting some video clips. I think that will be very interesting. And the interesting part might also be we can actually enjoy some dinner alongside the road, and maybe those restaurants will be quite empty because everyone's on the street.
Just the ones walking on the street.
Yeah, like last year, nobody is actually consuming anything in the
Organize
restaurant.
them to have a silent disco.
Yeah, actually, let's see how these things can be, because all those communities, they will definitely do something for the whole. It's very good time to recruit a bunch of people in same costume or even in their own different costumes to do the silent disco together at the same time, right?
Trump has silent disco with Harris.
Okay, that's it for today's episode.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. See you
Thank
next
you.
time. And also, if you have anything specifically curious about China market, do let us know. We can talk about that as well. Or most of the case, if we cannot talk, we can bring some friends in to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.